Hey all, welcome to Hyderabad Power Platform User Group, and this is our June 2026 meetup. Today we have with us Dharanidharan Balasubramaniam, and he's a Microsoft MVP. Today he is going to talk about building an intelligent vendor onboarding agent with Copilot Studio, where you will learn how to build an enterprise AI agent using Copilot Studio and Power Platform to automate vendor onboarding with document validation, risk scoring, and approvals. This will be a practical, architecture focused walkthrough using AI Builder, Dataverse, and Power Automate. So, first of all, welcome Dhani to Hyderabad Power Platform User Group.
Thank you so much, Ritika. Thanks, Yash and Ritika, for hosting me today.
Dhani, your voice is a little laggy, like it's not clear.
Am I audible now, Ritika, or still it is lagging?
Yes, much better.
Okay.
Much better now. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen, so once you're able to
And we
see
can
my
see your screen.
yeah, okay,
Yep.
very good. Okay, thanks. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. So as Ritika mentioned earlier, like today I'm going to like walk you through like how we can transform the vendor onboarding using the AI, especially using the Copilot Studio, Power Platform, and the AI Builder. And this solution is not just an automation. It is about making the entire vendor onboarding solution very intelligent, faster, and more reliable as well. So before getting into today's topic, let me quickly introduce myself. Myself, Dharanidharan Balasubramaniam. People call me either Dharani or DB. I work as an engineering lead in one of the big four bank in Australia, and also I'm a Microsoft MVP in the business applications area. I work closely on the Power Platform and the AI space, helping the teams move forward from the manual process to an automation solution. And also, I work on the digital transformation using the Dynamics 365 CE as well. And today's session is completely based on the real world pattern, like which I have been like working at a scale. So let's start with the reality. So if you take it, most of the organization, the vendor onboarding is still very manual. Everything like happens through emails, and sometimes the document get lost, and there is no proper tracking, and no consistent validation also won't be there. And people like manually like they check what all the vendor the documents are there. People like manually go through all the documents and then they enter the data, and then they do the follow up, which makes the process very slow, and sometimes there is a high possibility of becoming error prone as well because of lots and lots of manual things and back and forth, all those things. And the biggest here the issue is there is no visibility at all. So for example, if you want to like track a status of any of the application, so you really like don't know like where the things got stuck for that particular application, because everything is manual. Like we need to go through like multiple emails to identify the real status of that particular vendor onboarding application. But the solution, like whatever I have built it, like this, there won't be any delay. And also like with this, the main advantage is the compliance risk also won't be there, because uh, if you are not storing all the vendor documents properly, there is a high possibility of like a compliance issues. But we can avoid those compliance issues using the solution. So what if we could replace all of this with a single intelligent automation? So that's what we are going to do here today. So exactly that's what we are going to build here. A Copilot Studio agent that is going to guide the users through the onboarding, and that's the place for collecting all the documents from the vendor, and it will get passed to the main orchestration, and that will automatically validate all those things automatically, and it will calculate the risk, and based on the risk score it will automatically trigger the approvals to the certain stakeholders, and based on the approvals the vendor gets onboarded into the system. So with this, no manual back and forth won't be there. like everything is like tracked within the real time, and every decision is completely auditable here. So instead of like a very fragmented process, so we are going to get one single seamless experience. So using this vendor onboarding agent. So to make this real, let's take one simple example for today's demo. Consider it like we are onboarding a vendor called ABC Consulting, Pty Limited. So traditionally, like if you do this onboarding through the manual process, so it is going to take days, sometimes weeks, or it can take months as well. It all like depends on the risk what is involved with that particular vendor. But with this solution, the flow is very simple. So the vendor just they need to like answer few of the questions, and they need to like submit the document, and the AI automatically extract the information from the document. It will automatically like do all the risk scoring, and the approvals are getting triggered based on the risks automatically. And all of this will happen within few minutes. So and also with full visibility. So that's the main beauty of the solution. So let's quickly see how I have built this one. So I'm using like 5 components here. So the Copilot Studio is acting as the front door here. So this is where like the user interact. Like this is where like the agent ask a few questions from the vendor, and they will be like filling out like a few of the questions like company name, ABN number, tax number. Also, like it will ask like the vendor to upload like certain documents like ABN certificate, bank certificate, compliance certificate, insurance certificate. So all the user interaction will happen through this Copilot Studio. And then we have the next hero, the Power Automate. So the Power Automate handles all the complete orchestration and also the workflow logic. And the AI Builder does the heavy lifting for the document processing. It extracts all the information from the uploaded documents, and it will pass it to the Power Automate in a structured format. Then Power Automate stores those information to the Dataverse. So the Dataverse stores everything in a very structured format here. All the documents, all the vendor information, everything gets stored here. And all the approvals also handled through via email or also through the Teams, and all the approvals are tracked inside the Dataverse itself. And each layer has its own clear responsibility here. So that is what like making the solution more scalable and easy to maintain as well. So here at the core of everything, here is the Dataverse, because everything is getting stored in the Dataverse. So this is where like we are storing all the vendor data, vendor documents, and what is the risk score for this particular vendor, and what all the approvals associated with this particular vendor. So everything like we are storing it inside the Dataverse tables itself. And the next thing is like we have structured into like a 4 main tables. So vendor documents, risk assessment, and the approvals. So the key benefit of the storing it in the Dataverse is the traceability. Like if something goes wrong, if later point of time, if it is any like organization, if any auditing comes into the picture, and if they are asking like what is the required documents, or like what is the associated like risk score for onboarding this vendor, like everything is completely auditable here. The people can go and easily like trace things if something goes wrong as well, and each action is recorded here. So we will get a full audit trail, so which is critical for compliance as well, as I mentioned. Yeah. And next is this AI builder piece, and this is where the AI like really adds a value to the solution. So instead of like a people going and manually checking all the documents like this ABN certificate, bank certificate, insurance one, and the compliance certificate. So here, like we are leveraging the machine learning model, AI builder model. We have trained the model with the examples of like all this ABN bank statements, complaints, and the insurance certificate. So we have created a 4 models, and we have trained the 4 models to extract the key information automatically, like things like the company name and the tax ID, the bank details, and the expiry date in the insurance certificate and the complaint certificate. So everything is easily like we are extracting it. And also it validates the data, for example, checking the formats, or if you are missing any information. So everything So the AI model is automatically like handling all those things. So we remove the manual data entry completely here. So that is going to significantly reduce a good amount of errors. Yeah. And once the data is getting extracted using the AI builder from the Power Automate, so the main thing what we need to do here is we need to like calculate the score. So that is what we are going to see here. So we have defined some business rules like missing documents. If it is a missing documents, then we have a score of 30. And if it is an expired certificate, then we are having a score of 20. And if it is a mismatched document, then we have like a certain parameters for it. So each issue adds a score, and finally in the end, like we are totaling up all the scores, and based on the total risk value, we are classifying the vendor as a low, medium, and high risk vendor. So this becomes the decision engine that is completely deriving the next entire approval process. So I'll quickly go through the entire approval process now. So as I mentioned in the previous slide, so based on the risk, this entire approval process is handled automatically. So if it is a low risk vendor, then it can be auto approved automatically. For low risk, I think we have set the threshold as a less than 20. So if the total risk value is like less than 20, then automatically this engine, it will go and like classify this particular vendor as a low risk vendor. So it will automatically like this vendor record gets approved. So as soon as this gets approved, then the welcome email would be sent to the vendor saying that like the onboarding has been completed. You have been successfully like onboarded as a vendor into the so and so organization. And for the medium risk, if it is a less than 50, then if it is 20 between 20 and 50, then we are classifying those when the risk as a medium risk. So those kind of vendors, we are classifying it as a medium risk vendors. So if it is a medium risk, then the approval would be sent to the manager. Manager needs to like review all the documents, score all those things. So to make sure like everything is on track, and then he will like go and like do the approval from the email or from Microsoft Teams. Then automatically like we are tracking those approvals. Then automatically that the vendor the onboarding gets completed over there, and the welcome email would be sent out of it. If the risk is greater than 50, the engine is automatically like classifying this as a high risk vendor, and we are sending this application to the compliance team. Then the compliance team, they should like go through this application in detail, and then they will approve it. And main beauty here is like everything is completely like a trackable here. Who has approved this particular vendor, and when this has been approved, why this has been approved, everything is completely we are keeping a track of it in the database itself. So we are not just speeding up the things here. We are also like strengthening the governance. Like in many of the insurance organizations and all, like the governance are key important. So that's what like we are strengthening here. And finally the user experience, and this is where like it really shines. Like instead of like a forms or a emails, the users are now just they are going to talk to the bots. They are going to talk to the Copilot Studio agent, and they say things like start onboarding a vendor or what is pending. They can ask like any questions to the agent, then the agent automatically like trigger the appropriate prompt, and it will go through the flow. For example, for start onboarding a vendor, like we do have like a certain like predefined questions. So the agent automatically like go through those predefined questions by asking the company name, ABN, who's the contact person, and what's the contact person email address, phone number, and also it asks for certain mandatory documents. They need to upload all the mandatory documents from the UI, the user interface. So once they upload it, then all the documents get passed to the main orchestration layer, and then automatically like the process submission and the risk score engine will automatically like take care of all those things. So it feels like a conversation only for the vendors. Like they don't feel like they are working on the system and all. So that is one easy thing. And now let's quickly get into the quick demo. So let me share my screen, and then I'll Yep. I have navigated to the make.powerapps.com. So this is my like a Dataverse environment, and this is where like the complete solution has been built. So this is the vendor onboarding solution. So I'll quickly like before getting into the complete demo, I'll quickly go through all the technical components here. So if you see this vendor onboarding, like we have built one agent, and this is the Copilot Studio. This has been built on the Copilot Studio. And then we have like 4 models, like ABN, bank certificate, compliance certificate, insurance certificate. And then we do have like a 2 power automates. One is the vendor onboarding process submission one, and the next one we have is the vendor onboarding, the risk scoring engine. So once the Copilot Studio calls, like first it will call the process submission, and it will pass on all the information here on all the documents as well. So once this is done, then it will extract the information. In the AI builder will extract the information, it will put it into the Dataverse, and it calls the child flow. Then child flow will come into the picture, and it will do the risk scoring, and the approvals are getting triggered over there. And this is having all the connection references which is associated with this cloud flows. And then we have like a certain environment variables we are using it for sending an email to the manager team or to the complaints team. So all those configurations, like we are keeping it at the environment variables. And as I mentioned earlier, like we have mainly the 4 tables, and this is kind of the parent table, the vendor one. And we do have the vendor documents. This will have all the associated documents for the vendor. And based on this extraction, like the risk scoring engine is doing the score, and those scores are getting tracked on the risk assessment. And based on that, approvals are getting triggered, and those approvals we are tracking it here. I'll quickly like open the model driven application, and I'll quickly like show you how the backend person from the organization, they will be able to see the complete the vendor onboarding of a organization. Let me quickly open this. So this is the model driven application. So where we have like in the sitemap, we have added only these 4 tables: vendor document, the approvals, and also the risk assessment. So it's getting loaded. Just bear with me for a few minutes. So let this get loaded. In the interest of time, I will quickly go and show you how we have built this AI models. Let's start from the AI models. So here, so for creating the AI models, we generally go to the make.powerapps.com, and in the make.powerapps.com, in the left hand side, you should be able to see the AI hub. So let me quickly go to the AI hub. So if you navigate to the AI hub, then you should be able to see the models here. So there should be a second option called AI models. If you click on this one, then it will take you to it will give you like multiple options, like extract the information from the form documents, from invoices, photos, and PDF documents and all. For our today's demo, I'm just going with this one. So it will ask you to like click on creating a custom model. So if you click on this one, so it will take you to the page where it will ask you to select either one of the option, whether it is a general document or whether it is an invoice, or whether you need to like extract the images or the photos from any of the document. So those 3 options will be there. Like, yeah. So here I'm just going with the fixed document template. And if I click on the next, then it will ask you to like choose the information to extract. Like what is the information which we are going to extract. So here, like it is giving the flexibility to add. These are the different types of data types which is available here inside the AI model. You can extract text field, checkbox, date field, and number field, table, signature, all those things. For today's demo, I'll just go with like 2 of the text field. Like I'll go with the company name, and then I'll go one more number field or text field. I'll give as a ABN number. ABN number is a tax number in Australia. So I have put both of the ones. Now if I click on the next, so now it will ask me to add the collection of documents. So I can click on the new collection here. Then it will ask me to upload the new set of documents. So I'll go here. I can add a multiple different types of data source here. So for now, for today's demo, like I'll go with my device, and here in session, I have kept all this to the trained documents. So I'll just go with all those ABN certificates. I will upload minimum it expects 5 documents. So for today's demo, like I have already created all those trained documents like ABN certificate, bank certificate, compliance, and the insurance one. So for demo, I'll just go with the ABN one. So I'm selecting this one. So all these documents are getting uploaded now. So if you click on this file, so it will start uploading here. So once this is done, the next thing is it will ask you to go and tag. Like in the previous step, we have created 2 fields, right? Company name and the ABN. So now in the step, we need to go and tell the model where this company name and this ABN number is available in this particular document. So we need to go through all the 5 documents and we need to tell the model, this is the entity name, this is the company name, and this is the ABN number. So this is loading. So if you see here, like if you highlight this one, so it will ask you to select whether it is a company number or ABN number. If you select this one, this document will get ticked automatically. Similarly, like you need to do the same thing for what all the documents like you are uploading here. Like if you upload 10 documents, then you need to do the same thing for the 10 documents as well. So I'm selecting this one. I'm selecting this as a company name, and this is the ABN number. Let me go to the 4th one. This is the company name, and this is the ABN number. And let me go to the 5th one. So this is the company name, and this is the ABN number. So I have selected all the documents. Once you tag all the fields in all the 5 documents, then this next button gets enabled. And if you click on the next, then you can see an option called train here. And if you click on this, then your model gets trained automatically. So this will take a few minutes. Initially, it will be there in the training state. Then it will become the trained state. So if you open this one, then you should be able to see an option to publish. So once you publish it, then this model gets published automatically. You can see here, publish. So once you publish this one, then this model gets published automatically. Then you should be able to see the models in the published state here. So you can see here, this ABN one, compliance one, insurance one, and the bank letter. These are all the ones like we have leveraged inside the solution. Yeah. And these are the few of the dummy ones which I have created. But these are the real models which we have created here. And if you open the model, the other beauty here is you can also able to see the accuracy score here. Like if you are having a less accuracy, then you can train this model with the more real-time documents to get the better accuracy results here. Like if you feel like this accuracy is very less, then you can get a few more documents from the vendors, and then you can train this model in order to get the better accuracy. And you can do the quick testing here as well. So you can upload the device here. You can upload the documents from here, and you can ask the model to extract it. So I'll just go on select this APN. I think I have uploaded the wrong document here. Yeah, so you can see here. So this will automatically go and extract this, then company name and the ABN number from here. So this is about the AI models. So now let me quickly go to the Copilot Studio agent, which we have built it. So let me click on click on this one. So if you click on this one, then it will take you to the copilotstudio.microsoft.com. So where you can build all your agents. So before getting into the agents, yeah. But if you go to the copilotstudio.microsoft.com, so here you will be able to see this page where all the agents in your environment will be there. Please make sure like you have selected the correct environment, and here you will have an option to create the blank agent, or you can import the agent as well. If this agent has been built in the other environment, if you want to import it, or you can give your requirement in a simple natural language, then the system will automatically build the agent for you. So that is also possible. So for demo, like we have already created this vendor onboarding agent. So this is the one. So before getting into the topic, I'll quickly explain like how the user interface of this Copilot Studio. Here we have the overview page. So where all the key information of this agent will be there. So this is the vendor onboarding one. And in short, like we have given the description what this agent, the solution is basically it is doing. Everything has been put here and the agent status is ready here. And here you can select the models as well. So we have both the OpenAI models and Anthropic models as well. So and under the OpenAI, we have like these many and Anthropic as well as a good number of models. So how you want to choose this model? So it's completely like based on the requirement. If you feel like your requirement is simple, and if you want to like go with the kind of a chat conversation and all, so you can go for the chat one. And if your requirement is like more complex or it involves like more reasoning and all, then you can go for the reasoning model. Similarly, like based on your requirement, like you can select the Anthropic model as well. And the next main key thing with the Copilot Studio agent is the instructions. So that's the one of the major key thing. So if you see here, like here I have clearly like defined all the instructions in detail for risk assessment, how this agent should behave. And similarly, if you see here, what is the agent responsibilities? Here I have clearly like given. And once the documents are submitted, how the agent should process those documents, that also like we have given the steps clearly here. Similarly for the approvals as well. And if someone is asking for a status query, how the agent should behave. So all those things we have put it here. And also we have put the general behavior. In general, how this agent should behave, like it should be concise, like a professional, and business friendly. Avoid technical jargon. Do not mention the Power Automate data was of the backend systems. Always guide the user towards completing the onboarding process. Ask a follow-up question if the information is missing. Use the structured response with the bullet points when helpful. So all the instruction, it's our responsibility to give the instructions to the agent properly, because based on this only, our AI model is going to pick the instructions from here, and it is accordingly, it is going to help the people here. So the instruction is the one of the key thing, so which we should be very aware of, very careful about it. And then the knowledge source. So we have like a various different types of knowledge source you can add it here. Like you can add a public site, a SharePoint, Azure AI Search, a Dataverse, D365, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Azure SQL. It can be any. Like if you click on the advanced, you should be able to see a lot. And in your organization, if you want to restrict any of the knowledge sources where the people should be accessing it, then you can restrict it using the DLP policy. Using the DLP policy, you can allow only the people to select only the SharePoint as a knowledge source. So all those things, all the flexibility are available in the Copilot Studio. So using the DLP policy, we should be able to handle it. And then next we do have the triggers. And if your agent want to be an autonomous one or the user triggered one, whenever the row is created in the database, then your agent should perform some operation. Then you can come and configure your agent to activate whenever like certain event happens. And if you're having a multiple agent, and if you want to connect your agent with the another agent, then that is also possible here. And then the final one is the topics. So here, this is where it is going to guide the way, how the agent, if the people are asking like questions, then here you need to define how the agent should behave to those questions. So all those things are like handled through like a various topics. So I'll quickly show you like how this topics has been built in few minutes. And before that, suggested prompts, like here, if you want to like suggest a few of the prompts for the user, then you can go and like configure all those suggested prompts here. then automatically it will come here as a suggestion. Then the people can click on it and they can leverage it. So the knowledge we have seen, the tools we have already gone through it, and the agent flows we have seen. Topics, we'll come back to this, and activity, what are all the activities are happening in this agent. So everything you should be able to track it over here. So if you come and see here, and what is the channel this got triggered, and what is the date, and what is the step, and what is the last step, and who has triggered it, everything would get tracked over here. We should be able to see it. And the evaluation, this is for running the automation on the agent itself. For example, if you are building an agent, if you want to evaluate this particular agent before making this production, then you can come here and you can go to the new evaluation, and you can select the single response. Here you will get a multiple options, you can ask the AI to generate the test case for you, or you can generate up to 100 questions as well. If you go with this, the quick question set, this is a full question set, and you it also use your test conversation chat, and based on that, it will generate the test case for you. Or if you have the own test cases which is available, that also you can bring inside this evaluation as a CSV file, and you can create your own test cases and you can evaluate it. For today's demo, I'll just go with the quick set one, because it is just a 10 year, the 10 the questions, so it will get created. So once this is done, then if you click on eval, then you will get another pop-up. You need to click on the run button here. I think still it is running. Let it run. Yeah, so this is asking the user account and run. I'm just clicking on the run. Yeah, so this will automatically validate all the 10 questions. I'll quickly, in the interest of time, I'll quickly open the previous run. I'll show you how it has evaluated. See, these are all the questions which has been asked to the agent, and this is the agent response. And based on this, it is automatically passing the quality as a pass or a failure here. And yeah, so usually you before making your agent productionalize, you can come and configure the evaluation, and you can run all your automation test cases to make sure everything is working and it is covering all the scenarios, and then you can productionalize this one. And next is the analytics tab. Over here, you should be able to see what is the billing, and what is the consumption, what is the credit consumption, and what is the sentiment, and if any escalations happen, and what is the knowledge source used. Everything is getting tracked over here, and you should be able to come and see your savings, billings, and what is the conversation session, and what is the engagement, total reactions. Everything is getting tracked over here. This is one of the good AI observability dashboard here, and you can come and get to your complete whole session here, or you can connect to the AI events table, and all this information will be available in the AI events table and the models table. You should easily you should be able to pull out all this information from those tables. And next is the channels. So once your agent is ready, so the next is the final step is you need to go and publish this somewhere, right? Or else it just won't work at all. Either you need to publish this to M365 Copilot, or to Teams, or public website, anywhere you need to publish this one. So that is this place here, in the channels. If you go here, if you want to publish it to a demo one, you just click on it and publish. So for today's demo, I'll show you how you can publish to the Microsoft channels, to the M365 Copilot, and also to the Microsoft Teams. Once you click on this one, then it will take you to this page. Here you can click on the edit details, and here whatever the icon the end users want to see, you can select the icon, color, short description, long description, who's the developer, who has built it, every information you can put it here. And if you click on save, and all this information gets saved, and here once this gets saved, I'll quickly show you. Here you can see the remove channel, because I have already clicked on the add channel, so that is the reason it is showing the remove channel. So if the previously here it shows us an add channel. So if you click on this, then this M365 and the Microsoft Teams channel gets added automatically. And the one more thing is, if you come here and if you want to share this agent with all the people in your organization, then you need to submit this to an org catalog. As soon as you submit this to an org catalog, then the M365 tenant admin will get a notification, and this gets appeared in the agent 365. Over there, your tenant admin will be able to like go through and he can do the approval. And during the approval, if you want to share this particular agent only with a few people, then you can create an Azure Entra DL, and you can pass on this the DL ID or the DL name to your M365 tenant admin. He or she will be able to like share this particular agent only with that DL, and whomever is part of that particular DL, only they will be able to access this particular agent. So this is about the channels. Now let me quickly go to the topics for this vendor onboarding one. Like we have created this start vendor onboarding. So let me open this one. Yeah. So this is the one. Like as soon as the people come and ask any question here, then automatically it will give you the appropriate answer. For example, if I give a start vendor onboarding, yeah, say I can help you to onboard a new vendor, then I will guide you through the required details and the documents. Then automatically this gets started. It will ask you like what is the vendor name here, and you can provide the vendor name here and give it as a, yeah. Then it will ask you few questions like what is the ABN number and what is the um, contact name for this particular vendor, and what is the contact email address, and what is the phone number, and it will ask you to upload all the certificates and everything, like we are storing it and then we are passing it to the Power Automate, and the Power Automate is doing the heavy lifting operation here. Okay. And now let me quickly go back to the Power Automate and then I'll show you. Yeah. So we have two Power Automates. One is the process submission one, and the other one is the risk scoring engine. So this process submission one. So as I mentioned earlier, like this is the one of the main one. So which is getting triggered from the Copilot Studio agents. So if I click on the edit button, you should be able to see the Power Automate here. And we have kept the triggers as skills. Skills are nothing but if you want to call this Power Automate from the Copilot Studio, then it should be a skills one. And you can see these are all the inputs we are capturing from there. What are the inputs we are capturing? Like we are passing it here. And here, like we have the variable iteration and the proper try catch block has been put here for the proper error handling. And inside the try, first and foremost, like we using the ABN number or vendor name. First and foremost, like we are checking whether this vendor exists or not. That's what we are doing it to the list vendor using the ABN. Once if the vendor exists, then we are going and updating the vendor information with all the latest information. Then we are marking the uh, status as a submitted here, because even if any update happens to the vendor, then it should go to the approval process. And if the vendor is not there, then we are creating the vendor and then we are storing the vendor ID here. And then once this is done, then next is the key thing. We are going to extract the information. Like so in the Copilot Studio, we are getting all the documents, right? Like ABN certificate, the bank certificate, the insurance and the compliance certificate. So all those things, like we are passing it to an AI builder model, and we are calling all the AI builder model here, like the ABN one, like we are saying this the form type and this is the form, this is the content, we are passing it, we are extracting the information, and then we are creating the vendor document ABN certificate, and then similarly, and then we are uploading the document here to the database table. Similarly, the same thing we are doing it for first we are doing it for ABN, then we are doing it for the bank certificate, then we are doing it for insurance certificate, then we are doing it for the compliance certificate as well. Once all the extractions are extracted, and after storing it into the dataverse, then we are calling the risk score validation engine. So this is the next Power Automate. We are having the vendor ID, like we are passing the vendor ID and we are calling the child Power Automate. And we have put the proper error handling mechanism. If something got failed on this Power Automate, then it will send out a notification saying that this got failed. Yeah. And now let me quickly open the risk engine here. So in the risk scoring engine, like we are manually triggering the flow here by passing the vendor ID. And in this Power Automate, we are leveraging some of the variables inside. So that is the reason we are initializing all these variables like missing document score, expired credit score, incomplete bank score, missing insurance score, total risk level, all those things. Then using the vendor ID, we are going to the vendor document and we are getting all the documents, because in the vendor documents only all the extracted informations are there. We are leveraging all the extracted information, and first and foremost we are checking whether any vendor documents exist or not for this one. If none of the documents are there, then we are putting the score for this missing score as a 30. And if this is success, then we are going inside. Then we have a validation for each and every ABN, bank letter, insurance, and a compliance as well. If it is an ABN, then it should, all the proper company name and ABN data should match with the information which we have extracted from here. Similarly, if it is a bank letter, then we have the bank account number and the BSP. It should contain the proper data and it should match with the information whatever the vendor has provided. Similarly, the insurance certificate also same thing. In the insurance, the expiry date should be there. It should not be like a past date, and it should also contain the expiry date and the proper the insurance number should be there. Similarly, like a compliance also, we are validating the few things and accordingly we are setting the score here. Like for each and every step, we are setting the score here. And once this is done, we are summing all the score in this particular one. If you go a little bit up here, see, set the total risk value. We are summing up all the scores here. We are adding all the variables and then we are getting the total risk score, and we are validating the risk score. If it is less than 20, then the approval engine will trigger and it will automatically mark this case as an approved, and we are creating the approvals and we are marking this as an auto approved, and we are sending the automation, the welcome email as well to the vendor. And if it is greater than 20, then we are coming here and again we have added a condition whether it is less than 50 or not. It is 20 to 50, then we are the engine is classifying this as a medium, and then we are sending the approval to the manager. Manager will review and he will approve the documents. This is the second level approval. Okay, and if the response is once the response is there, then we are updating the assessment level and we are creating the approval records, and then we are sending the email. Yeah. And similarly, if it is a greater than 50, then we are sending it to the compliance team. That's where the third level approval will come into the picture. And we are marking this risk level as a high. And then third level approval will be there. And once the response is there, accordingly, we are updating the risk assessment level and we are creating the approvals, and then we are sending the auto approval. And here, overall, we are creating the risk assessment here, and then we are responding back to the flow. And if anything happens here, similarly, we are sending the notification to our support team saying that this Power Automate got failed for so and so reason. So this is the overall flow. Let me quickly go to the model driven application and then I'll show you here. Sorry. Let's start the new session. So let's start vendor onboarding. Then it will ask me with a few of the questions. What is the vendor name? I'll put select technologies. And I'll put some ABN number here. And what is the primary contact? I'll put it as a bar. And what is the contact address? Put as under slide.com. I'll put some random phone number. Then it will ask you to start uploading the documents. So for demo, I have already a few example documents. I'll upload those example documents here. So it will ask to upload the bank confirmation letter. So I'm uploading this one. Next, it will ask me to upload the insurance letter. So let me upload the insurance letter. Insurance letter is here. And fourth one is going to be the complaint certificate. So we are uploading the complaint certificate as well. So I'll click on enter. So now this here, it will show you the message saying that I'm processing your entire documents, and this will take a few seconds, and this will call the Power Automate, and this will get triggered, and any mismatches there, anything, it will automatically show you here. Yeah, then Power Automate will trigger and it will do the operations. At the interest of time, I won't go through the entire flow because it takes a little bit of time to go through. So I'll just show with the existing ones. Yeah, it will trigger an email, the approval email, and it will ask for an approval. So once the user clicked on this approve or reject, then automatically it gets approved or rejected. Once it gets approved, then the vendor will be receiving an email saying that you have been approved as a vendor, and this is the risk level and who has approved it, everything. You will be receiving it as an email here. Yeah. Now, if you go to the backend in the model driven application, I'll show you how this record is getting stored here. Yeah, so this is loaded. So these are all the applications. So you can see here, some of the applications are there in the submitted state and some are there in the approved state. I'll pick one of the one which is already approved. So here, if you open, here we are keeping all the vendor information, ABN name, contact name, email, phone number, everything we are storing it here. And the risk level, risk score, approval status, onboarding status, everything you can keep a track of it here. And what all the documents vendor is getting uploaded for this particular case, everything has been captured here. If you open this one, then you should be able to see here. And you can see the extracted information as well. And the document name, the document type, extracted account number. The ABN is not there. That is the reason it is there is empty. If the ABN is there, then it will contain the ABN as well. So similarly, for each document, we are storing the document, all the extracted information as well. And if you come down, you should be able to see the assessment. For this one, this is the assessment. What is the score here? It is missing the insurance one. And this is the total score of this one. So it is missing the incomplete bank details in the insurance one. And because of this 15 and 20, the total score is 35. And this is falling between 30 to 50. That is the reason this vendor has been classified as a medium. So if it is a medium, then manager needs to approve this one. So if you come here, you should be able to see the approval as well. This is the manager review, and the Dharani has approved it, and this is the time, and this is the status, everything. You should be able to keep a track of it here. Yeah. Let me quickly go back to the presentation. Share the other screen. So we'll see, like we have seen the complete solution in detail. Now we'll see like what does this actually like a deliver to the business. So we have reduced the onboarding like a time by up to like 20-70%. So we have saved that good onboarding time, and we are getting like 100% of traceability. Everything is completely like a tracked inside the dataverse. Completely everything is a the documents, all the information. Everything is auditable. So we are storing all the information, also like using, because of this automation process and AI is there in the place, we are completely eliminating the manual data entry. So if it is manual entry, like there might be the slow in the process and it leads to data error prone as well. But we are avoiding all those things. So this can significantly improve the compliance confidence as well. And so this is not just a like technical improvement; it directly like impacts the business outcome. So that's the key thing. And this is bigger than just an vendor onboarding. So this is kind of a reusable pattern. So you can apply the same approach to like employee onboarding, contract management, or any document heavy process. And it's a first fully automated, governed, and scalable process as well. So that's the real power of this approach, like whatever this vendor onboarding agent, whatever I have shown. Yeah, that's it. So done with my demo. Like if you have any questions, like yeah, feel free to put your questions in the chat. And I'm showing my LinkedIn QR code here. Like if you wish to like connect with me, like I have put it my LinkedIn QR code and also my Twitter handle as well. Please feel free to like connect with myself. And if you have any questions or any queries, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Dharni, for the amazing session. I think Kritika has some audio issues going on, so she's the one who'll be able to close this. Just give me a second. I'll just ask her to check once.
Yeah, sure, Yash.
Can you hear me now, Yash?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can.
Okay, perfect. Um, okay, all right. So thank you so much, Thani. That was amazing. Um, and for the audience, if you have any questions for Thani, please post those on the chat. I will read it out to him and he can answer those. Otherwise, I have shared his LinkedIn on the chat, so you can connect with him and ask your questions directly.
Yeah. Thanks, Yash and Ritika, for providing this wonderful opportunity to present in Hyderabad UG. Thanks once again, and thanks everyone for joining.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you so much, Thani.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.